AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with are.
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't.
But
she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that.
Is this. When I first became a public defender, I had no criminal defense experience. And I walked in and I told my boss, Charlie, I said, listen, you should hire me. He said, why? I said, because I'm black. Charlie looked at me like I was crazy.
Person Crockett is part of the new trend where informality is okay, where formality used to reign. Okay, fine. That's been going.
A podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, man, dude, this shit is whacked. Fuck it. Just slap me. I'm fucking over it. I mean,
the moment the camera switched on, the entire broadcast instantly burst into wild, unpredictable chaos as a scorching live clash left viewers frozen in place, watching with rising shock and intensity as everything spiraled out of control. This wasn't just another sharp exchange. It transformed into a full-blown confrontation that ripped across social media and triggered non-stop debate that refused to slow down for a single second. Bill Maher went straight at political figures Jasmine Crockett and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez, cutting directly through their polished public images while warning that the Democratic Party is slipping into a pattern of chasing attention instead of focusing on long-term, meaningful policy goals that actually matter. He argued that the party is losing direction and falling into a habit of reaching for quick viral highs instead of real leadership. And he delivered every word with steady force and absolute conviction as he challenged their entire approach live in front of millions on national television.
Trans people filming us in the bathroom. How many of these trannies are taking selfies? These men are taking selfies in women's spaces, in the bathroom. It's gross. It's disgusting. So if we're going to talk about civil rights, let's talk about the rights of women in this country and how you are stripping them away every single day. And you're doing it in your legislation. You're doing it in your messaging. You're doing it on X. You're making women feel unsafe in this country. And you're making the opportunity for women and girls to be raped, to be sexually abused in this country, even greater than they've ever been. So don't come over here with your attitude and talk to me about rights when you're trying to take my rights as a woman, a rape survivor, away. Thank you, Mr.
Then came a twist so sharp it grabbed every viewer's attention at once. Because Maher didn't step into this tense conversation unprepared. He showed up fully loaded with what he claimed were solid facts to support every point he planned to deliver with precision. He accused these major political voices of choosing endless publicity over meaningful legislative work, raising the pressure in the studio with a single statement that sent an electric jolt through the entire room. He pointed to what he believed was a shift away from real policy discussions and toward performing for non-stop visibility, insisting the issue demanded immediate focus before the purpose behind their politics faded into empty noise. And as Crockett and AOC fired back with sharp, confident responses of their own, the tension surged even higher, filling the air with a charged energy that made every word hit like a spark, pushing the debate into an even louder and more explosive showdown that kept escalating by the second.
How we got there, because I tried to make it clear how many civil rights, it doesn't just boil down to one conversation, but I can see that somebody's campaign coffers really are struggling right now. So she gonna keep saying trans so that people will feel threatened. And child, listen, I want y'all to tell me whether or not.
Do not call me a child. I am no child.
I want
Don't
to
even
find
start.
out
I am a grown
which
woman.
of those emails actually have. Chairman, I am reclaiming my time.
You will not do that.
Order.
I am not a child.
I am reclaiming my time.
If you want to take it outside,
Mr. Chairman, the committee is not in order.
Order.
Point of order.
Order. Chair recognizes Ms. Crockett.
No, point of order, Mr. Chairman.
State your point.
Is it allowed in the rules for a member to incite violence against another member? I mean, she wants to take it outside with.
Hey, I have the First Amendment right too.
And so I'd like those words to be taken down. I am moving to have those words taken down. I believe it's against the rules.
Going outside doesn't incite violence. You have a conversation that isn't.
The committee will suspend. The member will state the state the words he wishes taken down?
The entire conversation exploded instantly into a tense, high-pressure exchange that exposed a massive divide between political leaders and the real, everyday struggles people face constantly in their lives. The intensity showed this wasn't a small disagreement at all. It was a direct collision of strong beliefs fueled by emotion, frustration, and conflicting priorities that demanded full attention from anyone watching the moment unfold live. And right before the clash pushed forward even harder, there was a brief reminder for viewers who appreciate honest, unfiltered discussion to hit that subscribe button. A quick nudge, so none of these dramatic moments slip past unnoticed. Once that short pause ended, the focus snapped right back onto the fiery confrontation between Bill Maher, Jasmine Crockett, and Alexandria Ocasio-Cortez. Because this wasn't some random spark. It felt like a long-building tension finally erupting with full intensity on national television.
AOC. People love Jasmine Crockett. People love Eric Swalwell and the like. And I think that the Democratic Party should put the people out there who the people want. They should put the politicians out there who the people want, who they're asking for, who are meeting the moment with the same energy that
they're not asking for AOC.
Yes, they are.
The people you party with
No. The people I party with don't like AOC.
Oh, please.
No, they don't at all.
Well, most people don't.
But
she's
AOC,
very far left.
Let me tell you why I'm saying that. Because because people will vote for AOC and Donald Trump on the same ticket. Because they're authentic. No, because they're authentic.
I don't think that Don.
I think you're wrong about that.
What people like about people like Trump and Fetterman is because it's irrelevant to her life.
But you don't know her life.
I know that being a gorgeous woman who I wouldn't even know was Hispanic in a city that has 1 million Hispanics and does not treat them badly.
But that doesn't mean she doesn't struggle. That doesn't mean that she was set down.
It implies it.
But that doesn't mean that she was set down in a Hispanic ghetto in the Bronx and had to deal with that growing up, and that she's come from a working class family.
It implies that it implies that in some way she's behind the 8 ball because of that, and it's just not true. And so
I don't know if she's behind the 8 ball, but I don't think she's as privileged as many people who are in Congress right now.
She's not privileged or not. She was a bartender.
Yeah.
So I was a delivery boy.
But I'm saying sometimes
Maher, known for his blunt style and sharp delivery, entered the debate like someone who had finally run out of patience after watching things drift in the wrong direction for far too long. His message came through bold and unmistakable. He believes certain political figures are more focused on creating eye-catching viral moments than pushing for deep, lasting change that actually moves the country forward. That belief immediately set the tone for the fiery clash that followed, placing Maher on one side demanding real substance over flashy presentation, and Crockett and AOC on the other defending the value of their fast-paced, modern communication style. Maher didn't soften a single statement, pushing ahead with full confidence as he criticized what he viewed as a rising pattern of valuing theatrics over real progress, leaving Crockett and AOC ready to push back as the confrontation gained even more explosive momentum with every passing second.
I thought was apropos of what's going on the left. And by the way, if you watch the speech, I saw mostly the clips of it, and mostly it was people in the audience, the guy with the cane, people with, like, paddles. Oh, there's the cane dude. And then there's, okay, here's our pussy hat uniform. And these, looks like you're at a auction signs. I mean, it was, John Fetterman called it a sad cavalcade of self-owns and unhinged petulance. I love him. I thought he should win last week. The Democrats seem so lost. And here's Jasmine Crockett, who is, I thought, a big leader in the Democratic Party. Her quote is, "This is a terrible nightmare. Somebody slap me and wake me the fuck up because I'm ready to get on with it." On with what would be my first question. And also, this is the way this is like how a podcaster talks or some shit. Fuck it, man. Can you imagine, I don't know, Obama saying, man, dude, this shit is whacked. Fuck it. Just slap me. I'm fucking over it.
So AOC stepped forward first, carrying the weight of huge expectations since her public image has always been tied to bold activism and challenging the traditional structure of politics with fierce determination. Viewers watched closely to see how she would respond respond, and the moment felt packed with pressure as she prepared to defend her entire strategy while millions observed every second of the exchange. Maher's critique pushed her into a position where she had to explain her methods with even more conviction, leading her to deliver a passionate and unwavering defense of her approach, stressing that her style resonates deeply with younger voters who want a fresh, energetic form of political engagement. Her voice carried strong confidence and urgency as she made it clear she fully stands by her communication style and refuses to let it be dismissed, without recognizing the real impact it has on the communities she works relentlessly to reach and represent.
Right now is that if we continue down this road, then we will not have a rule of law, because we have people that are currently serving and they're saying things like, ignore the judge's order. What it means to have law and order in this country is that you follow the order and you go through the appeals process, even if you dislike what the judge did. Thank you. And I'm
going to note that when Ms. Ocasio-Cortez, or AOC as we know her, filed articles of impeachment on Justice Thomas and Alito, Ms. Crockett was one of the co-sponsors along with Mr. Cohen, both members of this committee. It does seem interesting that when the shoe is on the other foot, everyone is self-righteous.
Wow.
And I think this is a good example. For the last 3 hours, I have had to listen to one side talking about impeachment as though it was the nature of this hearing.
She made it completely clear that her style isn't built on empty performances at all. It's a modern strategy designed to reach a wider and more diverse audience that connects with clarity, energy, and the platforms people rely on every single day. But Maher refused to ease up for even a moment, pushing his argument harder as he questioned whether this quick, soundbite-driven approach might slow down meaningful progress by replacing deeper policy discussions with short moments meant to trend. That point sent the tension rising even higher, because as Maher's sharp challenges echoed through the studio, AOC stood firm and highlighted her long record of advocacy while arguing that his perspective felt outdated and disconnected from modern communication. And just as the debate hit a boiling point, bam, Jasmine Crockett jumped into the conversation with full force, refusing to stay silent and adding her own intense voice exactly when the entire exchange reached a new surge of explosive energy.
Is part of the new trend where informality is okay, where formality used to reign. Okay, fine. That's been going on since the 60s. So her routine is that she wants to bring a little bit of what I might quaintly call the ghetto cat fight into these spaces. I get it, you know, bring a blaxploitation movie or something into Congress. Great, work it. But you do not make fun of the fact that somebody lives their life in a wheelchair. That doesn't work. If she thinks that being black and fabulous gives her a pass on that, then she's got a really unfortunate sense of what black is.
Well, what do you think, Ricky?
Now, amid all this, Crockett pushed back with strong determination, arguing that Maher's criticism completely overlooked the larger reality of today's digital world, insisting that her communication style isn't about chasing attention, but about adapting to how information spreads at lightning speed. She emphasized that using platforms like TikTok and Instagram does not weaken the message in any way. It actually strengthens it by delivering information directly to people right where they already spend most of their time. But Maher still wasn't convinced, repeating his belief that without solid substance behind these viral moments, the attention turns into short-lived visibility that fades almost as quickly as it appears. As Crockett and AOC defended their methods with intense conviction, the discussion erupted into a heated debate about authenticity, representation, and the future of political engagement in a generation shaped by rapid communication. At one dramatic moment, Maher questioned whether their popular style, even though it reaches massive audiences, might overshadow the real political achievements they have worked tirelessly to deliver, warning that viral fame disappears fast while genuine legislative progress leaves a legacy that truly lasts.
Example of when they go low, we go lower. And the Democratic Party is going to lose if they try to use kind of MAGA world tactics back at them. I think that if the Democrats want to succeed in the future, they need to be the party that is normal, that are stand-up people, that do not take the cheap shots back.
But I don't know. I'm not that upset about it. I'm really not. You know why? Because I'm a big fan of Family Guy. And they had... Am I wrong? Every week. I mean, one of the characters, Joe the cop, is in a wheelchair, and every week there's 20 jokes about him being in a wheelchair, and nobody died. And like, I just think everybody has to, like, lighten up a little. Yeah, it's terrible to be in a wheelchair, but, you know, it's not like it's news to him. I don't know. I'm a free speecher.
I adore Family Guy. I've seen every episode, but that wasn't a cartoon. This is real life, and she was saying it with dismissive hostility, as opposed to the cartoonish, we can get away with it because we're drawn. Jasmine Crockett is not drawn, and neither is Abbott. I see a distinction, although I see what you mean.
Okay.
Yeah.
Commentators and politicians from every direction jumped into the discussion almost immediately, with some strongly agreeing with Maher's warnings, while others firmly defended Crockett and AOC, arguing that their modern communication style is simply the next natural step in how politics must evolve today. Congressman Eric Swalwell stepped forward quickly to support both leaders, explaining that their updated approach is essential for reaching wider and more diverse groups in a world where traditional messaging no longer connects the same way it once did. He argued that political communication has to evolve if leaders want to stay connected to the people they represent, especially younger generations who expect faster, clearer, and more direct engagement from the figures they follow. What followed was a clear picture of a party standing at a major crossroads, caught between the excitement of fast-moving digital engagement and the reminder that meaningful policy work must remain at the center of everything they do. This debate isn't slowing down. In fact, the pressure feels even stronger now, raising the critical question of whether Democrats can balance style with substance or risk letting modern communication overshadow the core mission they claim to stand for.